Hello everyone. This is going to be an interesting little video. The town that we're driving through is Gordonsville, Virginia, and according to the 2021 census, it has a population of 1,988 people. This little community is near and dear to my heart. Both of our kids, my wife and I's kids, have settled in this town. Really enjoy it. Play Little League, swim in the pool, do everything at the public library, everything that people do in little small towns. This town is extremely clean and very, very little crime. They just have a really laid back attitude on life. So anyway, we're going to go up to the end of Main Street here, and I'm going to come back and show you in better detail some of the little stores, the little park, the town hall, just some of the restaurants and things that are really a good representation of the town itself. And so y'all just stay with us, and I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start the tour at a wine tasting room that has a very interesting name. The winery is Well Hung, and they have a restaurant and wine tasting here in Gordonsville. And I'm going to slip in. It's a real hot day today. This is all being filmed on a Friday, so it is really busy, and it's about quitting time for everyone. So I'm going to slip in and get something to drink. They've got an interesting sign, as you can see. Also, some T-shirts that have the same thing on it. I need to get me one of them. But I had a slushy that, I mean, tell you, it was really good. It hit the spot as hot as it was. I'm going to also take one back to my wife, and you can see that's hers. I've already finished mine off, but I'm going to swing the camera around so that you can see just what the place looked like inside. They say they have some great food. I haven't had their food yet, but anyway, it was still slow, but I understood it got really busy by the place had a hard time closing that evening. And anyway, it's a good place to go in, wet your whistle and cool off. And that's exactly what I did. So we're going to go back out on the street. Across the street is the local funeral home. That's a place I hope I don't see in quite a while. But I know the fellow that runs it, very nice gentleman. I've known him for quite some time. On the other side of the road, there is a company that is a distribution for propane and propane products, as Tom Hill would say, or whatever from King of the Hill. There's also a hot dog vendor down here. He sets up his tent, has some pretty good hot dogs. He does it during the week and also on weekends. On this side of the street where we're looking right now, there's a lot of I will say women's boutiques. They have a lot of gift shops, some antiques. It's also the post office and the local ABC store. And in this area, it's a liquor store, I guess is what you'd call it. There's also some restaurants down through here. Really nice place. I've been in several of the stores. They've got a lot of handmade items. Really, really some nice stuff, and well worth checking them out. There's also way down at the far end of the block, there is an ice cream parlor, and they really have some great ice cream too. So we're just going to walk along here. There's a lot of traffic, like I was saying. It's getting on about 5, maybe 5:30 on a Friday. So there's a lot of traffic coming through here. You'll notice the flags. This was filmed right before Memorial Day. They'll leave them up probably until the 4th of July. They also have the trees and all decorated. You ought to see them at Christmas time. They really like to put out a lot of lights and a lot of garland and all during Christmas. This is the town hall. They've got it all pretty plants all around the sidewalk, but the police station's also behind the town hall, and it just a really laid back place. As you can see, the streets aren't filthy, and they just some hardworking people trying to make a living. A lot of small shops, a lot of gift stuff, and women's clothing. There's several really nice. There's one I'll show you in just a second that has some really interesting clothing, and a lot of vintage looking stuff. So it's really nice. There is a small park just to my right. I'll be going in just a second, but it's really nice, really cool. This time of day, it had been right hot. It was in the mid 80s, I'd say, and it was nice to step off the street and get into the shade. And we'll tour the park here in just a second. There we go. It's really, really fine. I'm going to hush up and we'll just enjoy the scenery. This would be a great place to bring your lunchtime. I imagine the folks at the town hall and also the police station or any other businesses around folks probably come in here and sit on one of the benches and eat their lunch. But first time I'd really been in here, actually, it's so tucked in and quiet. You drive by it and sometimes you don't notice it, but really nice. Really pretty standing in the park looking out toward Main Street, watching the traffic go by and seeing the flag fluttering in the breeze. I kind of think of Gordonsville as a all-American town, and it was only appropriate that the flag was flying as I was stepping out of the park here. I noticed this trash can had a seal on it, and I wasn't aware of what the seal of Gordonsville looked like or when Gordonsville was established. But this one really needed some repair. It had a lot of flaking paint and all on it. But I could make out the date, and it was 1813. So I went online and was able to bring up the seal itself. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen so that we can all see it better. But Gordonsville has been around for a while. So I also realized I had almost omitted some of the other restaurants and places that I have been that I like to eat here in Gordonsville. And anyway, we'll go to those restaurants now. The this one being the Ice House. My wife and I go to this one so much that the folks there actually know us, recognize us when we come in, which is really nice. You go someplace and somebody knows you. But we usually go and get something to eat here right before we go get groceries. Seems to make the grocery bill a little less if you don't go into the grocery store hungry. They have some of the best chicken and salads, and also have craft beer. They have some dipping sauces and all for your chicken too. Really good place to eat. Really good people, nice and clean. This is the Exchange Hotel. It was built in 1860 as a railroad hotel for weary rail passengers. But during the Civil War, it was changed to the Gordonsville Receiving Hospital. And in 1 year, they treated 23,000 sick and wounded soldiers. They would treat both Confederate and Union soldiers. And by the end of the Civil War, 70,000 men had been treated. 700 are buried on the grounds. 26 of those are Union soldiers. The place is beautifully furnished inside and well worth a tour. It has a powerful, powerful history. Well worth seeing. Thank you. And this is another great restaurant. If you can get in, this place stays busy. The parking lot is always full, but this place is the Barbecue Exchange, and they have some of the best barbecue I have had. This man has won all kind of barbecue contests and all. It is really a great place to eat. And if you can get in, stays busy. As I was editing this video of tour of Gordonsville, Virginia, I thought that I was missing something. I had made mention of how pretty the streets are after dark and just how the lights and all, how pretty they are. I decided to go up and down Main Street, Gordonsville on a Sunday, and there's not a lot of traffic. As you can see, there's hardly anyone parked on the side of the street. And it gives you a real good idea just what this town's like, or at least just what this main street's like when it's not so busy. It's really pretty. And I'll just imagine a skiff of snow and Christmas lights. Yeah, it almost takes on a Wonderland kind of look about it, uh, if you can imagine. But I apologize for the windshield on my poor car. It's full of bugs. Uh, this time of year, it's hard to keep a windshield clean, especially at night. So hope everyone has enjoyed this, and y'all take care.